Hello again. Welcome back to another episode of Hoops and Football. I am Shannon. As I've said in the last probably video before, I am away. I am getting married to my lovely partner. So I'll be out for a couple of days. So I'm making a proper pre-recorded videos. And this one will be another beautiful, well done, timed appreciation post by yours truly, Shannon, about the Ginger Ninja Nick Vlastuin, or Vlastuin, I think it is. I think we can say probably the game against Bulldogs, he was best on. And I think people outside the club are starting to see how good this guy really is, considering where we are as a club. I think people have known how good he really is. But it was so hard to do when you had players like a Jack, Alex Rance, Dustin Martin, Trent Codgens, Kane Lambert, Shane Edwards. You know, we had so many stars. Then the backline, you had Dylan Grimes, Bashir Hooley, Dave Asprey. Where you had such good defenders, and he played some really good games. If you think about Nick Vlastuin as a player, the Geelong 2017 qualifying game, it was a freak. But you don't notice it because he's obviously outshined by a lot of other people by their big names and all that stuff. Now, he's coming to the twilight of his career. He's just, his IQ is obviously through the roof. You can see that he just seems to read the game a lot better than most of our guys do. And that's not having a go at our young players. Obviously, most of them are probably under, 10 games maybe. And Nick Vlastuin, what's he at now? Close to bloody over 200 by now? 250. He's at 247, so, he'll play 250 in the next coming weeks, so don't forget that, guys. And I just think the game against Bulldogs showed you how good he was. I know here and there he makes mistakes, but 90% of the time he's spot on with what he does. Really good overhead. Probably you could say he's too brave against, I think it was Norton, put his knee in the back of his head 3 times against the Dogs. He's always seemed to be the player that never really goes down with the I word. He's always seems to be fit, able, always ready to go. He's a good leader. And I know he's contracted until 2026. I'm not sure if he's going to want to go again another year after. If we could, I would love him to stick around until 2027 because Broad will be gone in 2026. So I think if we could get another year out of Nick Vlastuin after Broad goes, I think it makes it a bit easier with losing 2 good veterans, giving the defenders a chance to ease them out of the defense and build a group for them not leaving. So for me, if I was Richmond, at the end of this year, hey, do you want to add another year to your contract? I'm all for that. I think he deserves it. Statistic-wise, it's another career season by the statistic-wise. He normally averages 17.3. He's at 19.4, so he's above average. He's above average in nearly every category. Kicking is at 14.3. He's normally 11 for his career. Handballs are down a bit, but it doesn't shock me because his kicking's gone up. So obviously it's got to come from somewhere with the disposal going up. He's averaging 5.1 handballs, but he used to normally averages 6.1. But obviously with the team being a lot younger, to me, he's taking the responsibility as a defender to kick the ball out, to not handball the ball and put the pressure onto one of these young fellas to make a decision where they don't know what they're doing. So it seems to me as a way of appreciating him, you can see that he is taking more pressure on as himself as the team is so young. His marking is, it's crazy because his career, he averages 5.9 marks, which is classified as elite. This season, he's at 6.1. But it says above average. But I'm guessing by the end of the season, if he maintains a 6.1 or more, he's going to be elite. Well, I think he's averaging, it feels like it's over 6.1. It seems like against the Bulldogs, he never seemed to drop a body mark. It was insane. His tackles are slightly down, which doesn't faze me. His meters gains are up by nearly 100 meters. He's averaging 397.1 meters, which is above average. His average normal for a season is 305 per game, so you can see he's jumped up by 92 meters per year for the season, which is insane. But that also comes into the whole factor he's kicking more than he is handballing now, and that's great. I think it is impressive to see what Nick Vlastuin is doing for the club, considering how young we are. And you could say that he's probably like the core piece of why our defense is probably still so good. I think we can all agree if he goes down sometime in the next couple of weeks, that it leaves a giant gaping hole in our defense. I don't think we have the capability or the soldiers in the back to fill such a giant void. Not just by his skill. You probably could replace the skill set. I think it's the experience and the on-ball leadership. And it's definitely something that we all as fans need to enjoy while we still have him. He's 31, so if you go into next year, he could be 32, he'll be 32. So, he may only have another 2 years left in him. So say he goes to 34. So that gives him to 2028, which could be his last year. I would love to see him get to 2028. I'm not sure if he wants to. I'm not sure he might want to retire, move to his house in Torquay and just do more surfing. But he's been a pretty good, if you think about it, he came in, what year was he drafted? Let's look that up, because I remember when he got drafted, and I was so hyped on him when he came in. I was like, oh, this is going to be great. 2012, number 9. So he was a top 10 selection, first round, and you could definitely see it. I remember his first game was against West Coast, I'm pretty sure. And he just, ever since then, he's just never had a real big flaw. Really appreciate it. And it's going to be sad that he goes, because when he goes, you're going to have no more Lynch, no more Prestia, no more Broad, probably no more Nank. He might be the last. Oh, well, depends on Jaden Short. He could nearly be the last standing 2017 Premiership player. For the side, because there's only, as I recall, there's only 3 left. Yeah, no, 4 left. Sorry, only 4 left on our listed on our team. So there's not many left of them. So I think the way he's going, he might be the sole standing 2017 Premiership player from that team or the dynasty. So it is sad to see that he is unfortunately aging out. I say that, but he's only 1 year older than me. So actually, no, technically he is. Yeah, what's his date of birth? Because I am 30, but I turned 30 last year, so... doesn't give you the date of birth. Well, that sucks. Well, he's 30, so... No, he's actually the same age as me. He's a 94 boy like I am. So he's just... Looks like he's like 5 months older than I am. So, yeah. He's still got 2 years left in him. That would be fine. Alright, so I just want you to actually ask... I'm going to ask all the fans... all you guys to maybe leave a comment below. You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you do. Just maybe a little what you appreciate, maybe what you're going to miss, or maybe a memory of Nick Vlastuin. Maybe if you met him or you're at the game and you just remember a specific moment, like a mark or a goal. I tend to, my memory goes back to, if I think of my favourite moment, mine goes back to I believe it's the 2019 prelim. He kicked that thumping goal, and you can see we're struggling to get it. Turns around, opens his arms wide out. I just remember that big, long ginger beard, and he was screaming to the crowd. One of my big fondest memories of Nick Vlastuin. So if you guys can leave what yours is in the comments below, muchly appreciated. Hit that like button, and don't forget, go Tigers.